Yo, we gotta stand up for what we feel is right, cause if we don't, then our own kids will give up the fight. And that's absurd, cause we didn't come here to forget everything our ancestors went through to protect. This lineage of Latinos was forged out of blood, like the sacrificial rites Aztecs made out of love. For the gods that we abandoned, who remembers their names? Quetzalcoatl, Huitzilopochtli, and Tuyomaqui, and every other god we lost when we fled our country, so we could seek out a land that was empty of war, a place our people could live without the fear of a sword. And so we moved up to the north in the search of a place where our people could live in peace, but now we're losing our faith. We used to bond with our animals, now we slaughter them, keeping them in cages. Wait, that's us, who's the animals? The prison system ain't that far from a public school, a generation medicated cause they're crazy too. I hate this fucking system, cause that was almost me, but I got off the meds and now I'm making history. I want my Mexicans to remember a time before we spoke Espanol and were colonized, a time when our people was united as one, where we could walk the streets alone without the fear of a gun. And yeah, we had tribal wars and terrible times, but at least we cared about more than just money and crime. All these cholos out here, they think they got it all figured out, cause they're driving nice cars and getting eaten out, but wanna forget every time their homies get capped down by their vatos who were repping the same crown just cause they got offended by some little words. It seems like gangsters are as sensitive as liberals, can't even have a fair fight before a gun is pulled, and now we have dead kids instead of honor, fool. Like what the hell, man? What is even that? Robbing eloteros and street vendors, y'all are worse than rats. But give me this dance and I'll make it up to you. Our people's history is more than just gang violence, fool. I don't rap for fun, I do it with the intention of opening your mind. So let me give you this lesson, a short history of all the shit that we overcame, an inspirational story that lives on to this day. It all started in Chicago and in East LA, when our families were working like corporate slaves on the fields or in the city. We were busting our ass, working for the richest people, we were cutting their grass. And when we asked for better schools, they would laugh it up. They didn't give a damn about us, so we had to stand them up. We walked out, creating our own culture, Latinx, Chicanos, and even Cholos too. It's a slur that we took from our own masters too, and it used to mean the natives were as low as dogs, so we had to bite them back and say our land is ours. But it didn't last for long, cause when we scared off the Spanish, Americans came along and said they wanted expansion. After a war, they took Texas and California away, deporting us from a land where our people were once made. So they learned in 1968, when we protested political, racial, and educational oppression, that we were not a people that is there to be messed with. So we marched along the streets and demanded the best, but before there was reform, they put us under arrest. We spoke against the war the US waged in Vietnam, sending brothers to their deaths and leaving grieving moms. Disproportionate number of colored soldiers were killed, so politicians could excuse a war left unfulfilled. So forgive us when we start to lead some civil unrest, as we hear that even now our kind is getting oppressed. Believe me now when I say that I'm being put to the test, carrying the souls of Latinos who couldn't die at rest.